Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss F1, 5 Diamonds, live streaming, the future. We also touch on Aria, Hard Eights, Bull Gator, 1 Ton, the Boobie set, and 10 tons fighting more ferrets in Paris. As you realize, for people listening, I'm not really this stupid. I just talk, and just because it's funny, because it's stupid.
I know.
And it makes me laugh, right?
Yeah. I don't know. You might be that
I
stupid.
might be, maybe. All right. So, Ed, it's F1. It's Saturday, November 22nd. F1's outside. It's going to start in 3 hours. I've got Bo and his family coming over here.
Nice.
They're bringing a crew of 6 or 5. And then I got Sheets Parlinsky and his family. He's coming over here. So I'll have 11 people up here. Clean the place up. Got little chairs out so everyone can watch this.
It's going to be nice.
So it'll be chill.
You got some of Bo's wine, or is he having to bring his own?
He'll probably bring his own. I got tons.
I bet he's going to bring that right there. Miomi,
homie. Yeah, he's bringing it over.
First thing I bought for January was his wine.
Bo will always be here way too early. He's always early.
The traffic's got to be horrendous, though.
Probably, but I greased the wheels, gave those guys downstairs some extra cash so that I said, see this big blue truck that's going to be pulling in here? It says Dice 1 on it. This guy needs a parking spot because they're going to be turning away people. You can't get into this building without a pass, and they limited it, and then I had to go deal with them. I need more than what your limit is. And
you greased those wheels too, did you?
Greased them, man. It's how Vegas works.
I can tell.
You need a lot of grease to make everything work. So that's happening. And I've already edited the back half of this podcast, Ed, will be a flashback to us talking about a session at Aria with Dice Coach and Bull Gator.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And Bump John and 1 Ton.
Yeah.
And then we get into an interesting discussion on that side about dice influence, like as a lifestyle, which is interesting, and talk about the 5 and 7 diamonds. But we're going to end up revisiting that topic of DI as a lifestyle, I think, on our next recording, because I have some thoughts, which I don't want to get into right now because
you got company coming.
That's a whole episode in and of itself. Ed, I've been meeting a lot of nice people out there lately. It seems like the old 10 ton is getting out there. So I was at Durango.
Yeah.
And a couple people came up to me, and one guy came up to me, really nice guy, but he didn't have a handle, right? He said he saw the billboard.
Ha!
Somehow he had started listening to the podcast and then saw the hat that I was wearing backwards. And then he heard my voice and he's like, oh, you're 10 ton. Anyway, he didn't have a handle, but how weird the world is. So I said, you got to pick a handle. You need a handle. And so he chose a word that I had just commented on in the last episode. He chose for his handle, seriously, out of the blue, obsidian. He's like, I want my handle to be obsidian. And we were just talking about how I thought the dice looked like they were made of obsidian in the last episode.
I remember. I do remember.
It's not a word you hear often.
And not one I would choose as a handle, but more power to him.
But he did. And this is before the episode came out. So it's,
Yeah.
It's really crazy. So
Obsidian, welcome to listening to the show.
Yeah, man. Obsidian, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. He's a very interesting guy, blackjack player, coming from that world that I know very little about, the blackjack world. Actually, I don't know much about the slot world or the other world.
They'll back you off quick in blackjack. Now, that doesn't mean being backed off does not mean you're being trespassed. It just means we don't want your business right now.
Yeah.
Or maybe we don't want your business on our tables ever, but it happens.
I can't wait to get backed off.
If you're a card counter, it's going to happen if you don't make a few stupid bets right in the middle of that stuff.
Yeah, speaking of counting, man, I'm making these trackers, right? They are coming along, dude. And all of our hard forever people are going to get one of these sent to them. So I've been working on this for a while.
Are they like a
now.
tablet or are they wire bound or
They're
what?
modeled after the golf scorecards.
Okay. Yeah.
Sweet, dude. I've got like three
Little
different.
golf pencils.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you
Oh,
would.
yeah, dude. Plus, the cards themselves, I'm going to have like packs of like 20. So you can log in one card. If you flip it over, it'll probably be close to 100 rolls per card, right? If you wanted to. But I've gone through multiple iterations of these and I'm still fine tuning them and then taking them out with Bump John and actually working on them. And I'm going to have one that sort of mirrors my old CCI color coming in, which I'm bringing back in the beginning of the year, Ed. I'm bringing back because I need to document this because I'm going out regularly now.
Okay.
Tracking, going out with someone, you can easily write that shit down. You won't forget it because you do it right then and there. Problem with the CCI is going out 10 times, have no idea what happened, where I was, and then relying on my memory when I got home the next day. That was not.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to multiple casinos. It just got out of hand. And then this way, I'm going to do it. And I'm actually going to chart. I talked to the web guy who's great. I talked to him last night. I'm like, I want to put another graph line there. So now, since Bump John and I go out all the time, he's running a quote unquote different system, 568 field system variant. So this way, we're going to kind of track that, see how it compares to how I play, how I bet. Either way, it'll be an interesting thing to look at.
Absolutely.
Then we'll have some data, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the tracking. It just makes it so much easier. And these books that I got are going to be cool. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to emboss or deboss on them and buying something so that I can basically brand them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be sweet. But I'm going to have that done hopefully by December when I sort all that shit out. Want to hear what else is going to happen?
I do want to know. I want to know all about things to come.
All right. So more things to come. Man, I've decided we're going to start doing some live streaming. This is for sure. The podcast is going to continue for sure, 1000%, never going to end, but it's going to go down to twice a month after episode 100 because we're going to do a live streaming show every week for sure. I think on Thursdays.
Don't overcommit your partner there, but that's okay.
Yeah, but that's okay because I'll man it whenever. And some days we might miss it. So that's going to happen. And talk about signs. Like we'll briefly talk about this, but I've been crushing the palms lately.
That I know. That much I know part of anyway.
Making runs to my real life Wells Fargo from the palms. But anyway, I ended up thinking about like I needed computer setup because I'm not going to do the live stream from here. But I want to have that backdrop of the strip. It's too nice of a view to not take advantage of. It's like what people would put on a green screen. But not a green screen, but a real life screen.
It's the real thing. Yeah.
So anyway, I was thinking about this, and as it happens, I was in the Apple store looking at it, and then I ended up going and winning like 5,000 from the palms. So I ended up buying a whole system. No, I won 7, I won 9, I won a lot from the palms.
Yeah.
Different weeks. I don't know if that was the day, but the point is, that's what I used to buy this new setup. I got a new Mac setup, a studio with a monitor. I'm setting it up and I've already tested it out so I can hook up my other iPhone as a live strip cam, which looks beautiful. I sent you the picture of. It's going to be sweet. And so who knows how it's going to go, but that's going to happen. Probably some late night live streaming. I was thinking about the 10-ton after 1. You know, when I get home late at night.
Yeah.
And
maybe, like after 3.
Maybe there'll be
more like after 3.
4 people watching, but you'll be up. You could probably call me.
I probably could.
Yeah. In the morning. Right?
Yeah.
And we could talk about it. It'd be pretty funny. So we'll see where that goes, but that's going to happen. Compliments. Right now it's sponsored by the Palms, the show.
Thank you, Palms. We like our show and we appreciate the Palms donation to the cause.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The special thing about this is anyone that's on our Patreon, I'll have a link set up so that during a show that only Patreon people can actually call into the show. They could be on camera, ideally, pop them up on camera. They can talk to us about anything.
That'll be fun.
I'm not going to have any random Joe Schmo swinging dick whatever guy just fucking calling in. We'll read their nasty comment for sure because I'm sure there'll be those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But only if you're on Patreon, then you can just call in anytime. It'd be great.
It'd be great for our Patreon members.
They deserve that. So we'll see. That's the work in progress, man. That's like, it's really just started as of like last
what
week.
episode is this? 93 or 4?
It's 94.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So right around the first of the year, we'll start this after
I don't know. Somewhere around then. Holidays. We'll see what happens. I might have to go
Yeah.
back to LA
You got to go to LA.
maybe
Yeah.
for a minute. And then I have to grab a monitor out of my storage so I can have two. Can be sweet. That's kind of like the new news. Oh, Ed, I want to add that for the Patreon people. If we do start doing some live streams and stuff like that, I think the podcast, I'm going to try to focus it even more craps specific, maybe a little more nitty gritty on the discussions.
Okay.
Because there'll be a lot of fluff on the live stream because it's going to be a live stream. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Why does this not even happen? No. It'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen. We'll be funny on live streams either way, whether they're watching or not, because nobody's watching us now, and we're still funny, I think.
Yeah.
You've had a hell of a 4 to 6 weeks at the tables, right?
Playing, yeah. I've been playing pretty well with a 10-ton torpedo and honing in my game, playing a bit bigger. The timing of when leaving has made a huge difference, which is once I'm up. And that's probably one of my things I have the least amount of issues with or problems is when I'm ahead, I have no problems calling it, even if it's after the first roll. I can just split.
Your biggest issue has been falling in the hole and trying to get out of it.
That's my biggest issue, but one of my biggest strengths, which is funny because a lot of people want to just keep playing. It happened twice with Bump John and I. When we were up a lot, I had put the chips on the table. I'm like, we're done, dude. We're done. We just made 5,000 in one roll.
That's the discipline of, why would you play again? Why would you lose it?
Exactly.
And that's what people do. Even lower buy-in than way lower than you, people like myself buy in at $600, $800, $1,000. At some point, they are generally up and they don't leave and they leave down because they didn't leave, just because they simply didn't leave.
The advantage of being here in Vegas is that I know there's always another night. And so I can put the chips down. Here's 5,000. Here's 9,000. The 5,000 happened in the first 18 rolls.
What more can you ask for, man?
Exactly.
I mean, what more can you ask for? Sheesh. Why would anybody want to fuss at you for not wanting to play? I mean, if they want to play, let them play, but I would be done.
Dude, and I bought in for 6.
Yeah.
It's over. Those are the enjoyable nights. It's like getting to leave work early.
Yeah, that makes it easy. Go get don't forget to ask for your comps for the steakhouse before you leave. If you'll get them to write you a comp at the table, it'll be more than what you get off your own comps.
I need to do that more. But that is the one thing I have zero FOMO. It's like, I just saved myself a lot of time. Bump John, he'll admit this. He'll still have that urge to play. Even after it was just one roll, you know?
Yeah. It's so hard. It's so hard to have that discipline to walk away right then. But if you live in Vegas, you should have that discipline. In fact, if you live in Vegas or any other gambling city, you must have that.
I have that in fucking spades. That's one thing I can say. I know my issue, my Achilles heel is the falling into the hole early. But one thing that I'm no problems, never have is once I'm ahead, I never give it back, ever. The only mistake is staying a little too long. I even told Bump John, dude, you're not influencing me anymore. The minute I put those chips down, I'm done. I'm not getting talked back into going back. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's a thing for some people. Everyone's got their demons, right?
We all have demons.
Right. Some people, it's redheads. Right. Right.
That's not a bad demon to have.
Yeah. Anyway, so I want to give you a little update on the exterminator, dude.
Talk to me, Mr. Killer of those critters.
You know what? That is a good name, though. The exterminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill them ferrets, baby.
It's pretty interesting. I've been able to sort of use that trick of getting the table limits raised.
Yeah.
When I get in there, asking them to raise the table, it basically forces people out. So I'll talk to you about like Palms is great because they'll raise it up to like a $25 limit. And dude, that is such a strong repellent. That $25.
Well, yeah, at the Palms because they've always got low tables anyway.
People come up and they're just like, damn, they get mad, but then they leave. And it's awesome because ultimately the table clears out. It's a great thing. I didn't talk about this session. There was one night I was able to get and line it up perfectly. I don't think I talked about this. I don't think it made the podcast. We met BRB there from the East Coast. We met Bridge, who I met at GTC, Golden Touch class.
Okay.
I think Jaybird was also there. And then Bump John was there. And shit, man, even Craps RN might have been there. But I was able to get these guys all grandfathered in, like the reverse. Even though the table limit was high, got them grandfathered in at that level, which is cool because it kind of got it to work both ways. But ultimately, it was great because we got a shooter.
Yeah.
It ended up becoming our table. So it was really, really awesome to have that. And the Palms is great for that. Now, Durango is also good. They welcome the exterminator in there. In fact, they have no problem. They make a call, and the last floor just pushed it up to 100.
Wow.
So what they do at Durango, they just do my side.
Oh, okay.
And I end up there just all by myself. I tried to get someone in there because I was lonely, but they were like, no, I couldn't do the reverse and get them in.
So what did you ask them? What did you ask them
I
to
just
raise?
said, listen, you bumped the table limit up. They're like, what do you want? It was already crowded. I said 100. They did.
Oh, you said 100. Okay.
So I kind of got to learn where that spot is because that is a thing. Finding that sweet
At
spot.
Durango, that's a tough spot. That's a tough number out there because that's a local casino.
I just know I'll be lonely. I'll almost be too lonely, you know? And I kind of was. I think maybe I'll just get it to 25. Not a lot of people even still buying at Durango for 20.
50 will evacuate a lot of people because when you go down to the Cosmopolitan like I did, the $50 tables are not crowded.
Well, dude, so check this out. So I was at Aria. This is why I still have to say Aria has across the board. I don't care. Best floors, best crews across the board as a whole.
I do not disagree with you because those people that I played with on 2 different occasions last trip were fantastic. Their tables are bouncy, but the crews and the people were great.
Top notch, man. All of them. For me, when I show up, dude, they literally were like, you want us to raise the limit? They just asked me and they bump it. And I made the mistake. They looked at me, 100? And I'm like, nah, try 50, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I did learn something. I should have just taken that 100 because when I was shooting, we had a ferret, 2 ferrets show up that would play the $50 table. And they were just bummers. They bummed out the vibe and my roll.
Yeah.
I then realized after the ferret got the dice, I looked at him and I'm like, let's make it 100 because I just wanted the table by myself at that moment.
Yeah.
That's Aria's situation. But now I got to get to. So Durango's awesome because they raise it just to the half side of the table. Just half side. That's
You
cool.
need to get them to raise it on the side you're shooting towards.
I guess so. I don't know if they'll do
That's
that.
what you got to do, dude.
I don't know if they'll do that, but I do like not having anyone near me, which is nice. Okay. So Ed, this is
half table raise is good. That keeps at least half of it away. Gives you plenty of elbow room. You stretch out like a pelican anyway. So
Pelican, I like that. But Aria's nice, man. I can just get the whole table. They don't sweat anything. They've got the most tables. That's probably why, you know?
Yeah.
Overall, just way more chill in there. You wouldn't think it would be. It's way more chill.
Yeah.
I think it's chiller than Wynn, chiller than all those places. So Paris. Paris is the place where it is like hit or miss.
Paris is the place to be. Farm living.
It's really a hit or miss for the exterminator in there, dude.
Oliver.
So when I go into Paris and I ask them to raise the limit, a lot of the floors are like, no problem, but they have to make a call at Paris.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's never been a problem until this last time we were at that front table that you said used to be crooked. That's now straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like playing it anyway.
That's their main table. That's their main table.
Because it's got repeater on it. I don't want to play those things anymore. So
no,
I like the ATS and I don't want to, support that guy that stole my bet.
Yeah.
He makes a call and this guy's great. His name's Anthony. Amazing guy. So he made a call and he was like, they won't raise it. I was like, what? He's like, for some reason, that guy back there, who I didn't know his name, didn't raise the limit. Okay. So then what happened in that session, I actually lost a couple grand at Paris, but it was because those ferrets were in the end. And Ed, these are ferrets, dude. I'm telling you, Paris they're just a different breed. They're like, I need more. I don't know what I need, but I need stronger stuff to get rid of them. I'm literally shooting after they won't raise the table limit. The guy stacks his chips where I'm shooting, right? It's a pretty high stack. And Bump John's always like, you want me to say something? I'm like, no, I don't want you to say something because I want to see if these idiots will figure it out. I just want to see the common sense of craps players in general. I want to see, since you just came into the hook and you just put your bet down and you're watching me, staring right at me, because that's where the hook is going to stare right at me, where I'm shooting into, if you're going to figure it out. I just always do that, Ed. I don't even bother asking. And sometimes people do. They get it. A lot of times they don't, dude. They just have no clue.
Not in Vegas.
So I will try to hit their chip. I'll try to land my dice on their chip, on my come out roll. I'll just try to land it, right? Won't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, had my point, blah, blah. Guy had his chips stacked up. This other clown next to him was yelling something. I don't know what, like for a hard number that he doesn't have bet. It's really weird. Like I'm telling you, these ferrets at Paris are tough. They are a tough, it's like deeply embedded into the
DNA, the
foundation
ferret,
of that place.
Yeah, the ferret DNA is coming out.
Of the Eiffel Tower, dude. So I hit this guy's chips because he did have them stacked. He had a stack, not just like 2, like 10, maybe more. So I hit it, 7'd out, and then he actually had something to say about it. He said something like it was my fault, right? I guess partly it is my fault. I said maybe it would have helped not having that stack of chips there that you saw that I was shooting right over, right?
Yeah. Did you turn your bets off before you did that?
I didn't have much spread across, like thousands. I mean, I had the point and whatever I was going for on. Wasn't completely off.
Okay.
And of course, because I'm a little too cocky and I think I can just get him right over, drop it right in there. Unfortunately, I didn't, and I clipped the top of it. Then we start chirping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm mad because I just lost some money. And this guy's mad. So he says something. And of course, I say something. And then we get into it. And then this other guy, dude, by the way, the other clown next to him.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a guy that during the last roll colored up. During a roll.
During the roll. Yeah. Yeah. I've
I
seen
don't
that.
understand those people.
We call those blind ferrets.
Dude, these guys are coloring up during a decent roll. Who does that? Who does that?
I've seen it.
We've all seen it. It makes no sense. Unless there's a big emergency, like, oh my God, my wife's having a heart attack. Yeah, okay, all right, cool. But not during a hot roll. And it happens during usually a hot roll. Why? Ed, why?
I do not have an answer.
That's what I mean. I mean, these ferrets there, they're almost like disease-ridden zombies, you know? And 28 days later, they just are relentlessly brain dead coming after
I think they were brain dead when they came to the table, most likely.
So the other guy who had just colored up during the previous guy before me's roll, which I just didn't understand, he actually started chirping during my roll. He was yelling for a heart 8 for some reason. He had no chips. Okay, but so I ignored that when I was shooting. I'm like, why is the guy that just colored up in the middle of that guy's roll right before me yelling? Somehow he came back to the game, right? And he's there and he's yelling about a heart 8 and there's nothing on the heart 8. So that's going through my mind when I'm trying to launch it over this. Anyway, he's looking at me too. After I 7 out, he's giving me this look. These guys are mad at me. How dare you give me a look? Do you understand that I just lost? I didn't lose much, but it was way more than what you just lost. And you're giving me that look. So then I was a little perturbed. So then I go over to the floor. I'm like, Anthony, come here. We go off to the side. I'm like, why the didn't that guy raise his limit? I just lost a lot of money here because of these guys. And you know these guys can't even play. They're doing everything wrong. They shouldn't even be allowed at this table. And I'm just going off at this guy. He's like, I know. But the guy that he called, he's like, the guy that I called is not a craps player, has no clue about craps. And he just doesn't understand. He's the guy that we have to ask about raising the limit. The other guys all know you. It's no problem. They raise it every time I call, but this guy has no clue about craps game, and that's why it didn't get raised. And I was like, well, tell that guy to whatever.
Yeah.
I said, because I'm mad now, leaving. Tell him we could have spent money here, blah, 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 blah. I was just pissed. It's one of the few times I've been pretty angry recently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got, I mean, it's like that time when they wanted to run the tape back on that repeater bet of mine. They stopped the whole game. They didn't let the game continue while they made a phone call. I said, just let the game continue. Y'all run the tape. We'll live with whatever the tape says at the end of the day. No, we can't let the game go on. So they've got some odd rules there.
The floor guys that I've dealt with have all been great at Paris. All super accommodating, great. It's the people that whoever they've called in the back, they've always been able to raise the limit. But man, those are some tough ferrets at Paris. They're not going away. I'm having trouble with that infestation, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the heavy duty extermination
I don't know.
out.
I don't know what to do. I can't leave
Buckshot.
pellets. I can't leave like those pellets, that they take back to their
Buckshot,
nest.
man. Buckshot. That's what we need.
So that's what's happening at Paris. That's where I know. Everywhere else, the poison is working. They just like come up to it, look around and then just scurry away, leave.
Yeah. I hate ferrets. I've been having fun with ferrets on videos though.
Ferret's a good term though. It really is.
It's the perfect term. And the funny thing is, they're thieves.
Are they thieves in real life?
They're apparently, because I mean, it's like, oh, you don't belong in the high limit room. Get off the table. It's like, I don't tell the computer. I don't tell AI to tell it that. It just does it.
That's funny.
Because it knows what a ferret is.
They're they're a different breed, different strain over at Paris.
I don't like that strain.
No, the high limit ones, though, the ones at Aria, they were pretty easy. I mean, they came on there and they just got rid of them pretty quick. But I think you just have to go with a stronger proof, kick it up to 100.
That's bringing out the double alt buckshot right there, dude.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's pretty much the updates. I mean, aside from, I met Double Up. I had a nice convo with him. Listens to the podcast. Relatively new player. I think he's from SoCal, San Diego area. He plays.
Okay.
Met him up at Park MGM. Had a nice little chat with him.
I have not been at all. The month of November, I have not been at all since I came back from Halloween.
Yeah. When's your next trip?
Soon. I'll be going a couple times in December.
Ed, do you want to do, was working today on a little best of.
Yeah.
But very crap specific. The Crap Vegas guys.
Yeah.
They do this thing. And so I'm like, why don't I do this? Because the questions that they ask, I mean, best club, dude, they don't go to those clubs. So it's like, I'd rather do stuff that all of the players actually do. More specific, best place to play craps in AC, in Biloxi, and you can write it in. Vegas is a little different, like best Caesars property. I think that'll be good. And it'll be interesting, but it's very crap specific. Maybe have some general stuff. Everyone's so different on like best place to stay.
Sweet Rose is in Biloxi today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's she playing?
The last I saw, she just knocked out the Beau Rivage, turned the lights out on them.
Oh, wow, man. And all I've heard is that the Beau Rivage is, Sweet Rolls is not super tall.
Well, she's got them they let her stand on the chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll pull a bench up for her and let her stand on the one leg on the chair.
Oh, that's nice, man. That's customer service.
Yeah.
Good job, Sweet Rolls. So I think having a poll like that, just to get an idea of where in Biloxi people like to stay, if there is an overwhelming place like in AC, it seems like a lot of people like to play Harrah's. Maybe that is the place for craps players. I think it'll be interesting. It's not going to be like best steakhouse. I'm going to leave that for all the other
podcast
people to do that focus on Vegas. Although we might do that when we get our CTN Casino Tiers News Network going.
Yeah.
Talking about
CT and yeah. All right. So yeah, it's like, good.
We're going to talk about some funny stuff that I think is funny, like, nerd stuff, like on forums. That I'm on forums for Vegas, that sort of stuff, Reddit, because those people are pretty hardcore that comment on there. But I might bring in a couple topics. There's topics galore for us to talk about. I'd like to talk about some of the current things like F1. We should be talking about that just in general, because I've got a front row for F1 and I'm the guy, hey, how's traffic? I live right here on the strip, not, hey, I live in Indiana and I'm talking about F1 traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're looking at it out your window, watching the race out your living room wall.
And by the way, I got to say, man, I think F1, maybe the attendance is a little down, but I think they handled all the traffic and everything. I didn't get stuck in traffic once, Ed. They have a great site. You can see when the track is hot, when it's transitioning, and when it's cold. It's a cool site, man. They text it to you every day and it's color coded. So then I know, I'm like, okay, Friday, streets are closing at 1. I better go get food and run any errands before that. And I was expecting to get caught in traffic on the way back. Nope. Cruised right on into Aria, no problem. It's great. You can tell when Harmon's closed right at Cosmo. I just look out my window and I'm like, sweet, we got to go Tropicana. I think they've done it they handled it really pro. It seemed like it happened fast. I think the first year was the big year, you know, where it was,
The first year was where all the complaints came in.
yeah.
We were doing our first event right not long before that, and it was tough getting around. I guess it was the second year.
So it got better, and it's even better now. It's pretty cool. The track looks awesome. Last night I was just watching them, zoom by for the qualifying, and
Did it rain during the qualifying?
no, it didn't really rain. It was just raining the nights before that. It's clear. The track looks good right now. I'll have it on the TV, and then I got those little chairs you can look out. I cleaned up.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse to tidy up the place, Ed.
There you go.
Hey, everyone. This is 10 Ton. And don't you hate it when we end the show like that? Right when you're getting into it, you're invested in the convo, and then bam, out of nowhere, we just leave you hanging. If you're on our Patreon page, though, you get the full episode along with some show notes. Hope to see you there. And of course, new episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. Let me repeat that. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-NO7. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.